Well, I I like to prove things out before we teach and train them. And that's what's been really awesome about being a restorer and having businesses where it's a peer relationship. It's like, hey guys, this worked for me. Like you can come fly into San Diego, audit my financials. I will tell the staff to be open book with you, like call me on it, right? If I'm a liar, if like we're not getting paid 91% of the time for Matterport scans at Emergency Pack Outco, I dare anybody listen to this, fly in, call me on it, and we'll prove it to you. Like it's real. And that's where we can stand up, mic'd up in front of 400 people and be like, this is how you do it because we've actually done it. And not for a month and not twice, but since 2015, we've been doing this stuff. And so we've identified this trend towards, well, you can leverage a geospatial scan. I can keep my most expensive talent out of the field, which not only saves me money, essentially, like as a restorer, it creates 2 more days in the week for Tim or Sally that aren't windshield time. So that's beautiful. I think non-assisted sketch is essentially dead. If you're not automating some aspect of it, you're doing it wrong. So now that's finding another day in the week, right? So with the same individual that used to write $1.7 million with geospatial technology augmented by the Insight Sheet database, what we've been training to and done it successfully now for 5 years is those individuals are now writing at 5+ million. And one of the individuals I just mentioned, Derek's doing 7.5. That's what he did last year. Yeah. Right. So over at Sweet Shop, like that's incredible production, but that happens, guys, because they're not out in behind a truck, but it's all gonna, that's one step. And we're talking about what we can see, but what I see is even like farther from that from my perspective, and I could be wrong. But everything that could be outsourced, even to AI or overseas, is going to happen in our space. And everybody that's curious enough to be listening to this podcast needs to be thinking about how they can pursue creative work and pursue work that isn't outsourceable. You're listening to this podcast because you care about your ability to provide for your family. This is going to make you better. And I encourage you every day to show up and go, are there elements of my job that could be outsourced? Are there things I could double down, triple down on that could never be outsourced? Those are the things that we should be thinking about because this is a global economy and it's happening in every industry, and it's happening with geospatial scans, I think, in our space. In kind of ways I'm puzzled by. Nobody's talking about it, but it seems to occur to me that is going to be the solution. And that's certainly what we've seen the carriers doing with their staff. Like anything they can outsource, guys, they're outsourcing and they don't care where it's going.
Let me add to that, because what can't be automated? The human element of claims, right? Taking care of somebody. You guys started this off by asking about hugs. The human element of claims cannot be automated or replaced by artificial intelligence. And you guys were asking me what makes an estimator. Traditionally, an estimator was somebody that had to go to the job site and sell the job to the policyholder. Then they had to be able to write the estimate, and then they had to be able to run the job. That's 3 very distinct skill sets that we often refer to as the unicorn, right? And every contractor is looking to hire a unicorn estimator when more often than not, they're already your competition and started their own company because they got to the point where they could do it all. What we have seen with things like geospatial scanning, 3D scanning, it offers the ability to trifurcate the traditional roles into 3 distinct positions in a way
hold on, Seth.
Yeah.
I have to Google that.
I
word,
appreciate your intelligence level, bro, but can you dumb that down to the tatted guys on this side of the microphone, please?
Yeah. Trifurcate, basically splitting these 3 roles, sales, project management, and estimating, into 3 different positions. We have been trying to find one person to do all 3. There is a company in Florida, Right Way Construction, Josh Reynolds. We've trained their shop multiple times. Looking forward to being out there soon. He has a woman named Norma. Norma looks like she is straight out of the 60s and 70s. Every morning she puts the hairspray in and she walks around Florida selling jobs like I've never seen someone sell before. Because what is the clientele in Florida? Older, 70 plus, retired. They want, when you're making a sale, you want someone to feel comfortable, heard, understood, and that you're going to take care of them. That's Norma. Norma doesn't know exactly how to build. She's not an expert in building, but she is the salesperson. She's not expected to know how to build in the way that everybody else is. She walks in, makes the policyholder feel good, gets them to sign the dotted line, gives them a card and says, here's your project manager. Don't call me. Obviously, you can call me if you need to and you can't get a hold. But if you're calling me, we have a problem. You need to talk to your project manager. That's the person that's going to be your contact throughout. Then all the information that she gathered, being a Matterport scan, job notes, whatever it is, that goes to a remote estimator. That estimator's job is to look at the job information and put together the estimate. They submit the estimate, they negotiate the estimate, and then they hand it off once it's approved to a project manager whose only job is to focus on project management and making sure that they're taking care of the contractor's customers at the end of the day. That sometimes, in order to get to like a $1 million a year, $2 million a year in revenue, you need unicorns. You need people that can put on every hat and do it all. But if you want to graduate from the $5 million to $10 million shops to get to 20, 30, 40, you need to find specialization, efficiency. And this new technology like 3D geospatial scanning has given contractors and adjusters the ability to find specialty. And one thing Watley and I talk about when we train, we've heard for years this idea of do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I don't really believe that. My much better, at least in my opinion, better way to say it is do what you're great at and you'll love what you do, right? We naturally want to do what we're great at. Ask any estimator that's currently doing sales and estimating. They like one more than the other. They may just want to do sales, but they have to estimate because that's part of the job.
Yeah.
They may just want to estimate, but they have to go to the job site and sell it because that's part of their current role. So what you're seeing is a change in the opportunity that people can specialize in a particular skill set of what they're great at. And generally they're enjoying what they do more because they're doing what they're great at.
And more productive.
I love it.